aces and deuces will help you win. Sevens and eights, you just bear and grin on Card Sharks. And here's the host of Card Sharks, Jim Perry.
Thank you, Janice. Thank you very much, and welcome to Card Sharks. Nice to have you here with us. Thank you. Oh, yeah, you got to grin and bear those sevens and eights. We thank Lester Perry of Haywood, California for that opening poem. Thank you, Lester. And now we'll bring out our champion. She's going for the big money right now. Phil Mason. Hello, Phil. Nice to see you again.
Oh, thank you. Hope I have better luck today.
Okay, good. Won't you first tell us about yourself once again?
Okay, for one thing, I've got everybody in the town of Moore Park, and that's a small town I come from, telling me exactly how to play this game.
Oh, yes?
Advice coming out my ears, the whole bit, but I'm going to do it my way. That way there, I can only blame me if I goof it.
Moore Park, that's in California, yes?
That's right. It's in Ventura County.
Good. Well, we are delighted to have you back with us. Of course, you won $200 for winning the game, and now we're going for the big dollars. Good luck.
Thank you.
Let's open the board and get to the money cards. Come on, Phil. Hop up there. And with the money cards, we've got a brand new deck of cards, all shuffled and cut. Janice will start dealing them out as we give you $200 and these three cards on the bottom level. When you move up to the second level, we'll give you another $200 and three more cards. Remember, the minimum bets are $50 till you get to the top card, the big bet, and there you must risk at least half the money. Good luck. A lot of money up there, Phil. We're with you. Here's $200. And remember, you can change your base card on each of the three levels if you need to, and you're starting off with an 8.
Oh, I'm going to change it for sure.
Right up the middle.
Oh,
here's the next
definitely.
card off the top of the deck, and you must play this one. I hope it's a good change. Oh, a 6. Well, it's a little better. You got $200 and a 6, Phil.
Okay, I'm going to do 100 higher.
$100, half the money higher than that 6. Yes, with a queen.
Wow.
$300, Phil.
Okay, I want those queens are my folly, but 100 lower.
$100, lower than the queen. It is a 6.
Oh, wow.
Finally, a queen went well for you.
Oh, now I got a 6 isn't all that great, and it's near the end. I'm going to go higher, and I'm only going to go 100. I should go more, but I'm only going to go 100.
$100.
I know it's higher.
Higher than a 6. Yes,
Oh.
an ace. There's a great card. Up goes the ace with $200 more
I'll
betting money.
I'll take it. Everything lower.
$700.
Lower.
Lower than an ace. It is a 5. You're up to $1,400.
Okay, only 100 higher.
You're not going to get carried away this
no,
time, huh, Phil?
Only 100. I'm buying a better card.
$100 higher than a 5. It is $1,500. Be careful, you've got a 9.
Okay, I'm still not up into those really good cards, so I guess $100 is going to be my bet. Lower, 100 lower.
$100
Right.
Lower than a 9. No, it's a jack.
No,
Only lost 100 on that as we move up the jack. Big decision. Do you want to play that for the big bet or change it?
I'm going to change it.
Or you must play this card. You've got good betting money there. I hope it's a good change. Oh, a 7.
Wow.
Phil, you must bet at least $700. You have $1,400 and a 7. What's your big bet?
Oh, I'm going to go higher.
How much money?
I'm going to bet half of it, just the minimum on a 7, higher.
$700.
Remember, higher.
Higher than a 7?
Higher.
Yes, for $2,100. Atta girl, that's better. See, if you keep your wits about you, even with bad cards, you did very well.
Isn't it awful? I do good on bad cards and bad on good cards.
You did very well. You're up to $2,500, Phil.
Oh, that's $2,500. Wonderful.
And we'll meet a new challenger right after this commercial break, so don't go away. Atta girl. Back with our champion, Phil Mason. Now, I remember on our last show, you got some good cards, but you got a little carried away. This time, your cards weren't so good, but you played very well with them.
Well, one's burnt. That's all it takes.
Well, you've got $2,500. You're doing well now.
Oh, wow.
We've got it. Are you ready to defend the title, Phil?
Oh, yes.
And let's open the board and get to the cards. Janice and Bettina will start loading into brand new decks of cards, and we'll meet a new challenger on Card Sharks. Peggy Dubois. Hello, Peggy. That's a pretty name, Dubois.
Thank you. I'm right into it.
And won't you tell us about yourself?
My name is Peggy Dubois. I'm a native Californian. I'm presently doing my dietetic internship, and I have a lovely son, Jason, who's 18 months, and a lovely husband. And I also teach natural childbirth classes.
Good. You're taking a degree in what? Dietary?
Dietetics, yeah.
Dietetics. What is that?
Foods and nutrition.
Oh, good. That sounds very interesting. Good luck, Peggy. Nice to have you here with us. And, of course, you cut your cards?
Yes.
Then we are ready to go. And the cards have been shuffled and cut. Phil, the champion, plays the upper cards, the red cards, while Peggy, the challenger, plays the lower cards, the blue decks of cards. And remember, you must win a high-low toss-up question. Those questions will be coming out there with our little G2T2 in just a moment here. And that's always an interesting part of the show. How do the people handle those high-low toss-up questions? Hello, G2T2. Best 2 out of 3. We start with a question to you, Phil. And Phil, we found 100 senior citizen women. These women are all over the age of 65. And we asked them, if you were stranded on a desert island, who would you rather have for a companion? Henry Winkler or Henry Fonda? How many senior citizen women said they'd rather be stranded with Henry Fonda?
Oh, wow, about 70 of them. Let's face it, if you're over 65, you want company and you want to enjoy it and the whole bit, so 70.
70. What do you think, Peggy? Higher or lower than 70 want to be with Henry Fonda?
I think the teeny boppers will go for the Fonz.
Well, these are senior citizen women over
right,
65.
and I think they'd go with Henry Fonda, the romanticist.
So she says
I say
70.
It's higher.
You say even higher than
Yes.
that? Well, if it is higher, you'll get to play your cards first. If not, it'll be Phil. And the actual number of senior citizen women who would rather be stranded with Henry Fonda than Henry Winkler is 66. It is not higher. Phil, well, you were pretty close to it there, Phil. And you'll start with a 5.
Change it.
You won the question. You have the right to change it to an ace. Great card.
Lower?
Lower than an ace. Yes, a 6.
Ooh, what do I got to lose? Just one card? I'm gonna go ahead higher.
Going higher than a 6. Yes, the queen.
Okay. I'm gonna go lower than the queen.
She's gonna risk it. Lower than a queen. Yes, an 8.
And I'm gonna freeze.
Freezing it. And we move over the freeze bar. Can't take those cards away from you. You really milked those, Phil. You were taking your time on each of them. And she needs 1 for the game. Peggy, we asked 100 people who went to a New Year's Eve party. When you woke up New Year's morning, did you still have your party hat on? How many people, you did, G2T2, how many people woke up with their party hat on?
I think a low number, because by that time all the hats have gotten ripped off and I don't know what else, so I'll say 25.
25 still had their party hat on.
No, it's lower. They had to take it off to put the ice pack on, so it's definitely lower.
The actual number of people who woke up New Year's morning with their party hat still on is 4. Yeah, it's lower, Phil.
Okay, let me change that.
You've got an 8.
Change it.
And now you got a chance to change it to, a king, a great change.
Oh, lower.
If this is lower, you've got the first game of the match for the win. No, it's an ace. It's not lower. There's a big break for Peggy, who plays an ace.
All right, good card. Lower.
Lower than an ace. No! Another ace. It's not lower. Wow. Janice will fill in the spaces. Phil, we asked 100 married women, when your husband is sick, does he like to be babied? How many women said their husband does like to be babied?
Oh, okay, that's an easy question because all men like to be babied and they're so busy they don't have the time. So I would say 90.
90. Does your husband like to be babied when he's
Definitely.
sick? Yeah. She says 90, Peggy.
Definitely lower. Not that many men like to be babied. Definitely lower.
No? The actual number of women whose husbands like to be babied is 82. It's lower, Peggy.
Right.
But it isn't very much lower.
I was lucky. Okay, lower.
You're going to keep that ace, of course, and go
That ace.
lower. This time it's lower.
Good card. I'll go higher.
Higher than a 3. Another
All
ace.
right. Lower.
Lower than an ace. A 2.
All right. Higher. I'm
For the
going
first game of the match. Yes. Peggy with 4 straight cards wins game 1. Wow. And you've got $100 in the first game. We'll set up for game 2, which will be coming up right after we take time out to make a little money for the house. Well, you've got 3 of your aces out of the way. And the challenger won game 1 and $100. Same 2 decks of cards. Here come the next cards off the top of the deck. And we'll start game 2 with a question to you, Peggy. Peggy, we found 100 men who have been divorced 3 or more times. And we asked them, in all honesty, Have you ever gotten married even though you thought it really wouldn't last? How many divorced men admitted they have?
Oh, I think it's a really low number because I think when a person gets in love, married initially, they're really in love. So I'll say 15.
15. They got married thinking it wasn't going to last.
Peggy, you took it away from me because that's what I was going to say. So I'll go a little lower and cross my fingers.
Even lower than that?
Yeah.
You both figure they go into it optimistically.
Right.
Well, I hope you're right, at least in that, but let's find out who gets the play of the cards. The actual number of divorced men who have gotten married, even though they thought it wouldn't last, is 58. Not lower, Peggy. Wow.
That's really high.
Oh. What a terrific way to go into marriage. Peggy, you're starting with a 7.
Okay, I'll change the card.
Changing that 7 to... an 8, right up the middle.
Okay, I'll go lower.
Lower than an 8. Yes, a 3.
Right. Higher.
Higher than a 3. It is a 9.
I'll freeze.
Freezing it. Peggy needs 2 cards to become the champion on Card Shark. So, Phil, we asked 100 doctors' wives in Minnesota. Oh, listen to this. 100 doctors' wives in Minnesota. If you caught your husband at a party with a woman whose blouse was off and he told you he was giving her a physical, would you believe him? How many wives said they would believe their husband?
I've heard a lot of country hick jokes, but nobody's that dumb. I'll say 3 just for a figure.
3. Peggy, higher or lower?
I agree with her. Nobody is that unintelligent. But I'll say a little bit higher, just out of odds.
You figure some of them are, huh? Well, let's find out. The actual number, the blouse is off and I was giving her a physical. The actual number of doctors' wives who would believe their husband is 9. It's higher, Peggy.
Great.
You know, I figured it out. Those 9 are married to 95-year-old doctors. You've got a 9, Peggy.
I'll change the card, please.
Changing the card to an 8.
Oh, right.
Another ace.
Lower.
Lower than an ace. Yes, a 6.
I'll freeze.
Freeze. I think as I remember your cards, it had to be lower. That was the 4th ace in your deck. Peggy, we surveyed 100 prison inmates at Folsom State Prison, and we asked them, do you think you should have received a longer sentence? How many inmates admitted they should have gotten a longer sentence?
Very few. Very few don't even think they should be there. Let's see. I'll say 7.
7. 7 said they should have gotten a longer sentence.
It depends on whether you're asking them when they're coming up to the parole board or they're out and away from them. So I'd say it's a little bit higher.
Higher. The actual number of inmates who admitted they should have gotten a longer sentence is 6. Not higher, Peggy.
Right. Okay, I'll change that 6.
And a big change as you're on the threshold. Changing the 6 to a 7. Ooh. Right near the middle. Big call.
I'll say higher. I have a feeling for it.
This is higher, Peggy. You are the new champion on Card Sharks. For the win? Yes! She did it! It's an 8, and Peggy wins it. Peggy, oh, don't go away, Phil. My goodness, we got to say goodbye to you. Such a nice lady, and you're running off. You're leaving us with $2,500. We wanted to say goodbye. Thank you, Phil. Phil Mason.
As lucky as I do.
Bye-bye, Phil. Peggy, come on down here. Congratulations. Our new champion, Peggy Dubois, is going to go for the big money right after we take time out for this commercial break. Way to go. Back with our new champion, Peggy Dubois, and a good group here in the audience. My goodness. Peggy, you got $200. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Do you feel lucky now?
I feel really lucky.
Then let's open the board and get to the money cards. We're with you, Peggy. Hop on up here. And you're going to play them right, huh? Okay. Here come the money cards. And once again, Janice starts dealing them out as we give you $200 on the first level. 7 cards in all. And I mention occasionally, but it's so true. If you can go double, double, double all the way up, $28,800 up there with the money cards. It's been done before. Peggy, I hope you do it now.
Thank you.
Here's $200. Let's see if we get you started off with a good base card, Peggy. Your first base card is a 4. Pretty good card. What do you want to do with it?
I'll bet $100 higher.
You're going to keep the 4?
Yes,
and $100
keep the 4.
Higher than that 4. It is
All
big.
right.
Ace.
Okay, I'll bet $300 lower.
All of it lower than an ace. Yes, with a queen.
Okay, I'll bet $400 lower.
$400 lower than a queen. Oh, no, another queen. Down to $200, but up goes the queen. The other $200 of betting money. Peggy, you're back in it with $400. Do you want that queen?
I'll keep the queen, and I'll bet $200 lower.
Let's get it much lower. $200, lower than a queen. No! 3 queens in a row. My goodness, that has never happened in my memory. You're still in it, though, with $200 and 3 cards to go, Peggy. Come on.
I'll bet $100 lower.
There cannot be a 4th queen. $100 lower than the queen. Oh, no. An ace. All right. Peggy, doggone it, we're down to $100. 2 of the aces are gone. What's the bet?
$100 lower.
All of it. Lower than an ace. Yes, a 4. Oh, now we get the good cards. With $200, up goes the 4. You want to play that?
I'm going to change it. I don't have any good feelings for that 4 at all.
Don't like the 4?
No.
Okay, let's see if we can improve it then. Let's see if we can get something. What would you like to have, Peggy?
I would like a high card because I've got so many high cards.
How high would you like it?
A king, at least.
A king. I peaked. It's a king. All right, you've got $200, Peggy, and a king.
$200 lower.
Let's go. Let's double that. Lower for $400. Come on. Okay, $400. Oh, doggone it. I had a peek at the king when she handed it to me, Peggy. Come on over. Well, that's not too bad, though. With the $400 and $200 in the game, you've got $600. That's better than what you came in with.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be right back with our champion. First, we're going to take time out for this.
I changed it.
And we're back with our champion, Peggy. And we'll set up with 2 brand new decks of cards. And right away, let's bring out a new challenger on Card Sharks. Thomas Tandy. Hello, Thomas. Nice to have you here. Welcome, welcome. Tell us about yourself, sir.
Okay. My name is Thomas Tandy. I'm from San Francisco. I sell life insurance. And married, got 4 kids, 3 sons, rather, and 1 grandson.
Well, good. Nice to have you here with us, sir.
Glad to be here.
Good luck. We want to give you time to get started right into the match.
Right.
You cut your cards, of course.
I sure did.
Then we're ready to go, and you'll play the lower cards, the blue deck, while Peggy plays the upper cards, the red deck. Peggy, we start with a question to the champion. We asked 100 married women who own a dog. Who is more loyal to you, your husband or your dog? How many women said their dog is more loyal?
I think it's a very low number because married women have too many things to do. They don't have enough time. So I will say 10.
10 say their dog is more loyal than their husband. Thomas, what do you think?
No, it's got to be higher than that because I have a dog, and I'm not a woman, but most dogs are really more loyal than the people are anyway. So I'd have to go much higher.
You say higher.
Higher, right.
Well, the actual number of married women who said their dog is more loyal is 27. You're right, Thomas. It's higher. And Thomas, you start off with a queen.
Lower.
Gonna play that queen lower. Yes, a 10.
Lower than the 10.
You're gonna risk it.
Yeah.
Lower than a 10. It is a 9.
I'll freeze the 9.
Freezing it there. Not gonna push the luck any more than that. Thomas, your first question. We asked 100 pregnant women. These are all women who are at least 6 months pregnant. Right now, if you could snap your fingers and have your husband be pregnant instead of you, would you do it? How many pregnant women said they would?
I think it would be a very high number, but I'm going to go around 59.
59 would say, go ahead, hubby, you be pregnant instead of me.
I think women are proud to be pregnant. I think the number would be lower.
Lower. The actual number of pregnant women who would snap their fingers and have their husband be pregnant instead is 32. You're right, Peggy. It's lower. And Peggy, you're starting with a 9.
Change that card, please.
Changing the 9 to... Oh, an ace.
All right,
Great
good card. Lower.
Lower than an ace. A 2.
Oh, better card. Higher.
Higher than a 2. A 10.
Ooh. I'll freeze.
You'll freeze it. We have a tie as we move up with the freeze bar, and each player needs 2 cards for the first game of the match. Peggy, we asked 100 8th grade students in Phoenix, Arizona, what century are we living in right now? How many 8th graders did not know we were living in the 20th century? Very quickly.
I think that, okay, I'll say, did not know,
Did not
20.
know. 20. Thomas, higher or lower?
I think it's lower. I think
Lower.
it's much lower than that.
The actual number of 8th graders who did not know we were living in the 20th century is 42, not lower. Peggy, you've got it.
Change the card, please.
Yes, and you're going to change the 10 to A 6.
Okay, I'll say it's higher.
Higher than a 6. A queen.
I'll say it's lower.
For the first game of the match, lower. No, it's not. And Thomas very quickly pay off the 9.
Lower than a 9.
Lower than a 9. Oh, no, it's an ace. Neither player could advance, and we're going to just run out of time and say see you next time on Card Sharks. Bye-bye for now, my friends.
One of our polling groups will receive a self-cleaning electric range with a digital timing center in the exclusive no-turn speed broiling system. Broils meats on both sides at once, sealing in natural juices, furnished by White Westinghouse. And some of our contestants will receive Rough It, the dynamic sculpture coat. It's pre-mixed and pre-colored. Now you can create deep, dramatic textures like a professional with Rough It by Zebrick. And La Machine, the complete food preparation system from France. It's like having a chef at your side. La Machine by Molinex. And Polyglide Coat rust-proofing shield gets into seams, cracks, and crevices of your car where rusting begins. Rust-proofing protection available at new car dealers everywhere. And a gift set for new improved Breck shampoo. Now you can see, feel, and smell what new improved Breck shampoo does for your hair. This is Gene Wood speaking for Card Sharks, a Mark Goodson-Bill Todman production.